Dear President Putin, my old dear friend, I am very pleased to meet you at the beginning of the new year through a video conference format. Today, according to the lunar calendar, we celebrate Lichun, the beginning of spring. You just mentioned it. Lichun marks the start of the 24 solar terms and signifies the return of spring to Earth, embodying a new beginning and hope. On this pleasant and highly symbolic day, I am delighted to have an in-depth conversation with you to develop a new grand plan for the development of bilateral relations. Recently, you specifically sent Comrade Shoigu to China for a meeting with Comrade Wang Yi to discuss international and regional hotspots in preparation for our meeting. Comrade Wang Yi informed me. Today, I am ready to exchange views with you on major strategic issues. Over the past year, we met twice. Sino-Russian relations are entering a new stage of development. We solemnly commemorated the 80th anniversary of the victory in the global anti-fascist war, which demonstrates our country's determination to uphold the outcomes of World War II and international justice. Bilateral trade cooperation is dynamically and steadily developing, and cooperation in new areas is progressing at an accelerated pace. The cultural exchanges between China and Russia have been successfully organized. Cultural and humanitarian cooperation has reached a new height. Youth exchanges have become more vibrant. The successful holding of the SCO summit in Qingdao and the meeting of the SCO Council of Heads of Government in Moscow allows us to strengthen multilateral interaction in order to continue our work on creating a multipolar world and a more just and rational system of global governance. China is ready to proactively expand its openness to the outside world at a high level and is ready to share new development opportunities with the countries of the world, including Russia. This year also marks the 30th anniversary of the establishment of Sino-Russian relations, partnership, and strategic interaction, the 25th anniversary of the signing of the Sino-Russian Treaty of Good Neighborliness, Friendship and Cooperation, as well as the opening of education exchanges between China and Russia. It is important to seize the historic opportunity to constantly strengthen strategic interactions, to bear the responsibilities of major countries for the continuous development of Sino-Russian relations on the correct trajectory.
Уважаемый господин председатель.
Dear Mr. Chairman, dear friend, I am pleased that we continue the good tradition of our personal communication at the start of the new year, when we summarize the results of the past period and outline plans for the future. Especially on such a symbolic day according to the Chinese folk calendar today. The establishment of spring, Lichun, after which the frost recede, renewal comes and a new cycle in nature begins. And for Russian-Chinese relations, I can say with confidence, any season is spring. I would like to personally congratulate you and, through you, the friendly Chinese people on the new 2026 year and the upcoming Spring Festival, which will bring the year of the Red Fire Horse, as we know, and it possesses strength, energy, and a desire to move forward, which distinguishes the ties between our countries regardless of the international situation. I am confident in their strength and gradual development in all areas. The comprehensive partnership and strategic interaction between Russia and China have an exemplary character. This year, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Fundamental Treaty on Good Neighborliness, Friendship, and Cooperation for our relations. Its further implementation undoubtedly meets the fundamental interests of the peoples of the two countries, contributes to strengthening comprehensive, genuinely all-encompassing interaction between Russia and China, and most importantly, to improving the well-being of our citizens. Taking this opportunity, I would like to once again assure the firm support of all our joint efforts to ensure the sovereignty and security of the two countries, their socio-economic prosperity, and the right to choose their own development path. Allow me a few words about the past year's results. I believe that we managed to worthily celebrate in May in Moscow and in September in Beijing the 80th anniversary of victory in the Second World War. The fact that we were together on these days demonstrated to the whole world our solidarity and the readiness of Russia and China to defend historical truth, to carefully preserve the memory of the heroic feats of our country's peoples, who at the cost of tens of millions of lives restored peace on the planet. China's chairmanship in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization also ended with significant practical results, culminating in the summit in Tianjin. During negotiations in Moscow and Beijing, we discussed the main directions and set ambitious tasks for further deepening bilateral cooperation. On the government front, There is daily, essentially vigorous work being done to implement these agreements. Economic cooperation in 2025 continued to develop steadily. Despite a slight decline, which I would even call an adjustment of indicators, trade turnover has been overcoming the significant mark of $200 billion for the third year in a row with a solid margin. Russia is a leader in supplying energy resources to China. Our partnership in energy is mutually beneficial and truly strategic. We are actively engaged in dialogue in the field of peaceful nuclear power, promoting high-tech projects, including in industry and space exploration. According to our data, the volume of agricultural trade has grown by more than 20%, and we are satisfied with the pace of increasing humanitarian exchanges. The years of culture ended successfully, with more than 400 vibrant events held within their framework, which sparked genuine interest among citizens of both countries. Of course, we do not stop there. In particular, in the coming days, the Chinese New Year will again be widely celebrated in Moscow and other Russian cities. We have also made this a good tradition, and residents and guests of Beijing will get acquainted with Russian traditions of winter farewells at the Moscow Maslenitsa Festival. Reciprocal years of education have begun. Currently, more than 56,000 Chinese students are studying in Russia, and over 21,000 Russian students are studying in China. Dozens of joint educational institutions and specialized university associations are operating. At the same time, there remains significant potential for further expanding ties in this field, especially since the era of innovation and informatization dictates the need to train personnel in new advanced areas. The introduction of a visa-free regime undoubtedly contributes to the growth of business and humanitarian contacts. I am grateful to you for this initiative, which we were ready to support. As far as I know, with the start of its implementation, no significant issues have arisen for the respective specialized agencies. As for the international situation, amidst increasing turbulence in the world, the foreign policy link between Moscow and Beijing remains an important stabilizing factor. We are ready to continue the closest coordination on global and regional issues both bilaterally and on all multilateral platforms. In the UN, BRICS, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, and others, where the Russian-Chinese tandem plays in many ways a key role. We wish success and will undoubtedly provide all necessary assistance to the Chinese chairmanship, to our Chinese friends in the Asia-Pacific Cooperation Forum. Dear friend, once again, Happy New Year and the upcoming Spring Festival. I wish you good health, well-being, and success in 10,000 endeavors, and to the friendly Chinese people peace and prosperity. Thank you.